Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Brew Crew Nation 98 with this week's Week in Brewview, covering the dates from September 9th, 2022, all the way up to the current day of September 15th, 2022. This was a very, very good week for Milwaukee Brewers baseball. In the past 7 games, the Brewers went 5-2, and we started out on September 8th with a doubleheader sweep of the San Francisco Giants. In game one, the Brewers were able to win the game 2-1 with a very, very strong start by Corbin Burnes, going 8 innings, 1 earned run, and getting 14 strikeouts and no walks. So, we'll start off with some of the scoring. Top of the third, the Giants were able to take a 1-0 lead after Mike Yastrzemski doubled in a run. Then there was no scoring until the bottom of the fourth inning when Christian Yelich doubled to left center, scoring in Jace Peterson's game-tying run. Then Hunter Renfroe had a ground rule double to score in Christian Yelich, and that will be all of the scoring for that entire game. Both teams had 3 hits, but the Brewers were able to get the more runs. Stats for Milwaukee, Jace Peterson went 1 for 3. Yelich also 1 for 3, as did Hunter Renfroe, and that's all of the hits that we got. And Jace Peterson also had a stolen base. Pitching-wise, we just had 2 pitchers. Corbin Burnes, as I stated, went 8 amazing innings with 1 earned run and 14 strikeouts. And Devin Williams came in and saved the game in the top of the ninth. And then the very same day, the Brewers were able to beat the Giants again 4-2. It started out in the bottom of the first when Hunter Renfroe reached on a fielding error by Evan Longoria and was able to score in both Mike Brosseau and Willie Adames. And then Keston Hiura hit a sacrifice fly to score in Yelich to make a 3-0 Milwaukee lead. Then in the bottom of the 6th inning, Garrett Mitchell, the rookie center fielder, was able to double to deep left center and scoring in Luis Urias. And then the Giants were able to add in 2 runs on top of 7th when Luis Gonzalez hit into a fielder's choice and Jock Peterson homered in the top of the 8th, giving the Brewers a 4-2 victory. Stats for the Brewers, Willie Adames went 1 for 4, Renfroe 1 for 3, Mitchell 1 for 4, Urias 1 for 2. And pitching-wise, Freddie Peralta unfortunately was only able to go through 2 innings before landing on the IL again. Not looking very good for the Brewers in terms of starting pitching, as also, we get to later in the video, Eric Lauer is also out for a time. Then Peter Strzelecki went 2 innings of scoreless baseball, also picked up the win on the year. Holtby Milner went 1.2 innings, Brad Boxberger went an inning, Matt Bush won an inning, and then Taylor Rogers saved the game with a scoreless top of the ninth with 3 strikeouts. And then the one game I actually was able to watch this week, the Brewers got absolutely destroyed 8-2 by the Cincinnati Reds. It started off in the bottom of the first with leadoff man TJ Friedl hitting a solo shot, and then Kyle Farmer single in a run, Dom Solano single in a run, 1 run. Nick Senzel had a double play to score a run, and Jose Barrero had a single that allowed in a run. Then in the bottom of the third, Milwaukee actually able to make it a little bit of a game with a Tyrone Taylor 2-run shot that scored in Luis Urias. But in the top of the ninth, the Reds put it away with a Jonathan India 2-run home run and a Jake Fraley solo shot to get the game 8-2. Stats for the Brewers, Adames went 1 for 4, Brosseau went 2 for 3, and Taylor went 1 for 2 with a home run. Jason Alexander won 5 in the third inning. He's given up 5 earned runs, 4 strikeouts. Justin Tapa back up from AAA due to the injury to Freddie Peralta, won 1.2 scoreless innings with a strikeout. Then Luis Perdomo went a scoreless inning, and Brent Suter went in the top of the ninth and gave up 3 earned runs. Not the best way to start out in a very important series against the Reds, but we were able to bounce back on Saturday, September 10th, with the Brewers winning 5-1 over the Reds. Started off in the bottom of the first when Willie Adames had a 2-run shot that scored in Christian Yelich as well. And then TJ Friedl hit a sacrifice fly on top of the third for the Reds, giving them bringing them within 1 run. Bottom of the seventh, Christian Yelich singled in Tyrone Taylor to give the Brewers a 3-1 lead. And then bottom of the 8th, Andrew McCutchen homered in Hunter Renfroe to give the Brewers a 5-1 lead, and that ended up being the final score. Stats for the Brewers, Yelich went 2 for 3 with a double. Donaldson 1 for 3 with a home run. Renfroe 1 for 4 with a double. McCutchen 1 for 4 with a home run. And Tyrone Taylor 1 for 2 with a triple. Pitching-wise, very solid with Adrian Hauser going 6 strong innings in his best start since coming off the IL, going 6 innings pitched with 1 earned run, no strikeouts, but that's a-okay. Then Taylor Rogers, Matt Bush, and Brad Boxberger all each had single innings pitched of no earned runs, so the Brewers are able to take the game against the Reds. And then Sunday, September 11th, the Brewers were able to beat the Reds again, 7-6. Started off in the bottom of the first when Rowdy Tellez doubled to right, scoring in Yelich and Adames. And then the Reds were able to tie it in the top of the second when Alejo Lopez doubled in a run and Matt Reynolds singled in a run as well. Then at the bottom of the second, the Brewers were able to pile on some more runs with Christian Yelich singling in Jace Peterson, Willie Adames hitting another home run in the series, scoring in Yelich, and then Rowdy Tellez homered to give the Brewers a 6-2 lead in the bottom of the second. And then in the bottom of the fourth, Rowdy Tellez hit another solo shot, bringing 2 home runs on the game and 4 RBIs for him to give Brewers a 7-2 lead. Then it started getting a little dicey past that point. In the top of the 7th, Alejo Lopez had a 2-run shot to give the Reds 4 runs to the Brewers 7. Then the Reds almost tied it in the top of the 9th after Matt Reynolds reached on a fielding error, scoring in a run. And then an amazing defensive play by Garrett Mitchell saved the game when TJ Friedl hit a sacrifice fly to center. But if he did not dive and make that catch, the Reds would have had a lead going into the bottom of the 9th. Stats for the Brewers. Yelich went 2 for 5. Adames 2 for 4. Tellez 3 for 5 with 2 home runs. And pitching-wise, very solid start from Brandon Woodruff, going 6 innings, allowing 2 earned runs and 11 strikeouts. Then Peter Strzelecki won an inning with 2 earned runs. Taylor Rogers had a scoreless 8th inning, and Devin Williams gave up 2 runs, 1 of them earned, but was able to lock down the save, thanks in part to a massive defensive play by the rookie Garrett Mitchell. And then the Brewers did not play on Monday, September 12th, but we came back on Tuesday, September 13th, against the St. Louis Cardinals, who we are trailing at the time by 8 games in the division. The Brewers were able to win the first game of the series 8-4. Started off in the top of the first one, Willie Adames doubled to right for scoring in Mike Purcell. Then Andrew McCutchen had a double as well, give the Brewers a 2-0 lead. Then in the bottom of the first inning, Nolan Arenado doubled to right center, and then Albert Pujols singled in Nolan Arenado to give the Cardinals a 3-2 lead after the bottom of the first. Then in the bottom of the second, Willie Adames singled to center, scoring in Victor Caratini, and then Yelich hit into a fielder's choice, scoring in a run to give his Brewers a 4-3 lead. Then in the bottom of the second, Tommy Edmonds singled to center to tie the game up at 4-4. There will be no scoring until the top of the fifth, where Andrew McCutchen hit a 2-run home run to give the Brewers a 6-4 lead. Then on top of the sixth, Christian Yelich was hit by a pitch that was able to drive in a run. And then top of the eighth, Hunter Renfroe hit a single to give the Brewers an 8-4 lead. Stats for the Brewers: Wong went 1 for 2, Adames went 2 for 3. Yelich actually had no hits but 2 RBIs, so good for him. Renfroe went 2 for 5 with a double. McCutchen went 2 for 5 with a home run and a double. And then pitching-wise, it was a bullpen game coming off of a very rough stretch for the Brewers. Matt Bush was his opener for the game, but he had to leave due to an injury. Went a third of an inning, giving up 2 earned runs. And Peter Strzelecki came in and gave 2/3 innings pitch, gave up an earned run. And then Luis Perdomo, came in, had 3 very solid innings pitched, only giving up 1 earned run on a day we needed someone to go a decent amount. And then Brad Boxberger had a scoreless inning. Hobie Milner went 1 in the third, scoreless. Justin Toppa went 2/3 of innings pitched, no earned runs. Then Taylor Rogers and Brent Suter both had scoreless innings, giving the Brewers 8-4 lead over the Cardinals. And then the latest game that the Brewers have had was a 4-1 loss against the St. Louis Cardinals, which was a little bit rough. It started on top of the second with Tyrone Taylor hitting a sacrifice fly to score in Jace Peterson, but the Cardinals took the lead right after that, after a Nolan Arenado home run and the Yadier Molina single. Then Lars Nootbaar homered, and then Albert Pujols doubled in a run. And some major accomplishments for the Cardinals that I want to go over. In this game, Adam Wainwright and Yadier Molina set the MLB record for most games started as a catcher-pitcher battery. So congratulations to them. And Albert Pujols this game had his 2,200th career RBI, which is just absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And so for the overall for the Brewers, we are now currently 2 games behind the San Diego Padres for the last wild card spot, and hopefully we'll be able to get ahead of them in the near future as they have been struggling in recent games. But this next week for the Brewers is absolutely crucial as we have a 3-game set against New York Yankees, then a 3-game set against the New York Mets. So we got both New York teams. So it's going to be very key for the Brewers to win, at least go 3-3 in these next 3 games, just so we can keep pace with the Padres, who have honestly some tough series against a very underrated Arizona Diamondbacks and the 3-game set against the St. Louis Cardinals. So hopefully they are able to lose quite a few of those before the Brewers take on the Reds. But that is all for today's video. So hopefully the Brewers are able to keep the momentum going from this past week into the next one against 2 very, very tough teams, our World Series contenders. So again, this is Brewview Nation 98. If you enjoyed the content, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more news about the Milwaukee Brewers. And I'll see you guys around.